Hi, Handsome Dick Manitoba here. Before I get started yapping, let me show you the picture that's behind me. 1923 Yankee Stadium when it was first built. All right, it's been over a year now since I got my head chopped off at Sirius XM satellite radio. You know the man I worked for, you know the channel. I worked there for 14 years, never missed one day of work. I did 5 shows a week nationally. I was on drive time in LA, 8 to midnight Eastern time. Drive time in LA. Which city has the most cars in America? LA. Everybody got out of work at 5 p.m. and they were stuck with me on the highway. It was a good time to be on. I was popular among my fellow DJs. I was popular among the retired cops and detectives. I got along with most people. As usual, Manitoba doesn't get along with everybody. I can't. It's not in my personality. I got fired for this reason. And it's the truth. And after a year, I gotta tell the story. I passed by a girl's desk that was emblazoned with Palestinian stuff. I took a marker, a highlighter, which you could smudge out in a second, and in the corner of her desk, not on her property, in the corner of her desk, I drew like a 1-inch Jewish star. It took 7 seconds till I was there and left. That's what they told me, human resources. Richard, didn't seem particularly heinous. You put your soda down, you drew a Jewish star, Star of David, picked your soda up, and you left. But call us in 3 days. Don't come into work for the next 3 days. 3 days later, they go, you're fired. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the world I grew up in. This is the world I live in. 20 years ago, I probably would have lost some money, got spanked, got a chance to profusely apologize to the woman or man, whoever's desk it was. No, you're fired. 14 years, never missed a day of work. So my boss said, here's the reason we're going to tell the world Richard got fired. Richard left. He didn't get fired. He left to follow his musical career. Within an hour, I got a whole bunch of emails going, what do you mean you left to continue your musical career? You never stopped your musical career. You've been playing for years and years and years without stopping. It doesn't make any sense. So I called my boss back within an hour. Now, I'm a 64-year-old man at the time, calling my boss back in an hour, saying, please, let's change it from I'm following my musical career to something else. Please, it doesn't make sense. I'm getting email after email after email. No answer. Totally ignored. 64-year-old man. 40-year friendship. No answer. Then I made the big mistake. I embarrassed the boss. I went online and I said, I got fired because I drew a Star of David on a girl's desk. I was then called a bully and a bigot, and I was told, that's it, you're done, you're out of here. Now, that person is the boss. The boss is allowed to do whatever the boss wants. I was wrong. I fucked up. And the boss made his decision. And that's that. But that's not that with Handsome Dick Manitoba. That's one side of it. And that's how a lot of people look at it. And that's how I accept it. The fact that I am not the boss. This person is the boss. This person didn't want to answer me back. I was just supposed to say, yes, whatever you say. And an hour later, I looked at the emails. No answer. No respect. So what happened? Fired. Boom. Neck cut off. Great salary. Great job. So happy to have the job. I worked so hard doing a good job. Nothing. I went from 100% salary to 0. The funny thing is, a few weeks later, I had a lawyer friend of mine send some very genteel letters to Sirius XM Radio Company Corporation. And they said, Richard can come back to work. I can come back to work. So I'm not fired. But I could only work at my old radio station. And the boss, who up until now has been a friend for 40 years, has said things to me like, "You're family and I love you," has treated me as good as anybody has ever treated me in my life, has helped me keep my bar, Manitoba's, even when it was losing money. He helped me keep Manitoba's. He was the most generous, loving, wonderful guy you want to know. And then he cut my head off, took all my money away, took my job away. I made a mistake. I didn't get a chance to apologize. 14 years down the drain. What I do? I got to survive. I got to take care of my kid. I'm a single father now. What I did was say, I ain't giving up. I'm going to figure out a way to make a living. Podcast came into my life. I need a certain amount of people. Here comes the big pitch. I ain't asking you for no friggin' money. Relax. Podcast came into my life. I was told once I get a certain amount of people, I'm going to tell you how many people, between 8 and 10,000. I need between 8, all over the planet Earth, between 8 and 10,000. It starts becoming a real job with a real salary. Up until now, I'm like in AAA. In baseball, I'm like AAA. I'm up to 4,000 people. That's why you'll see me online all the time asking for more people. It ain't that much more, 4,000 people on the planet Earth, is it? To get a real job with a real salary, be in Handsome Dick, Manitoba again, let my voice be heard all over the world. Everybody has an iPhone. Everybody has an Android. Everybody has something, right? So that's it. That's the story. That's what really friggin' happened. And that's the situation I'm in. I need 4,000 or 5,000 more people on God's green earth to subscribe to You Don't Know Dick, my podcast. Capiche? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for listening.